What's good, YouTubers? NeoNexudus here, bringing you a deck profile video. This is of my Odd Eyes Performer Power Draco Slayer deck thing. I'm not entirely sure what the official name of this deck is. Is it Odd Eyes Performer Power, Odd Eyes Draco-Pals, what? Anyway, this is my build. It's taken over from the dark version of Draco-Pals, and I've been really liking this build. I've made tweaks here and there, and I've taken, different aspects of different topping decks to make this, and it seems to be working alright. So let's get into it. Move these out of the way. We've got our one Skull Corvette Joker, our one Monkey Board, triple Pendulum Sorcerer, double Gi Turtle, double Laser Draw. I like 2 and 2. I don't agree with like 3 and 1 or 1 and 1 or 2 and 1. It just seems too meh. This deck kind of needs to get as many resources as possible, and the best way to do that is through your Pot of Greed plays with Lizard Draw and Gi Turtle. We're playing one Silver Claw. This card is like really good. I've always liked Silver Claw. I'd like to play 2, but I'm currently looking for room. Then we're playing the Odd Eyes monsters, one Phoenix and double Unicorn. I find myself siding out one Unicorn nearly every single game. It's okay, like they're both searchable scales, and the Phoenix to me just seems better. Don't get me wrong, like Odd Eyes Unicorn can come in handy. It's an 8 scale and the effect is kind of nifty, but it's just very situational. We've got the one Luster Pendulum, our triple Master Pendulum, one Lecter Pendulum, so that we can go Draco Face Off, Lecter and Luster, so we get a high scale no matter what. Double Vector. I'm running the triple Master and double Vector so I can play double Painful Decision. Literally just more search cards. And then we're playing triple Guiding Ariadne. Now, this is something that works really well with the Odd Eyes version because you've got multiple ways to pop it. You've got your Luster Pendulum, you've got your Pendulum Sorcerer, you've got your Sky Iris, and things like that. So, like, going Ariadne is just really good. So I'm playing triple of that, and then double Archfiend Eccentric. Some of you may be asking, where's the Magical Abductor? I did test it. I had it at 2, and when I saw it, I never had enough spells to use its effect. I only resolved its effect like once, ever. And it's like a 1700 beat stick at best. I just never really got enough spells to use its effect, or I had the spells and I didn't have the abductor, so I decided to take it out, go for the third Ariadne and another counter trap, which we'll be seeing in a moment. So, onto the spells. We've got double Sky Iris to pop our scales, pop our monsters, give us a search for our Odd Eyes cards, and it protects my Performer Pals and Odd Eyes from being targeted in the Pendulum Zones. One Terraforming to search up the Sky Iris. Sometimes I really wish I had more than one Terraforming in there, but it's just one for now. Double Painful Decision for the Masters and the Vectors. One Odd Eyes Fusion. This card is so damn clutch, like, it's insane. Oh, if you have no monsters your opponent controls 2, say you're going second and you search out this, play Odd Eyes Fusion, fuse 2 from the extra deck and make a Vortex bounce one of their monsters, and then you can shuffle monsters from your face-up Pendulum monsters from your extra deck into the deck to negate things. This card is extremely good, like, mid-game, when you're just negating shit. Playing the one Instant Fusion still, for that one Norden. I like it. It allows me to have a sort of, in a sense, recovery play. But sometimes it just comes in really handy. And it's another spell, so. Draco Face Off for Masters and Vectors and Lusters and such. And then we're main decking double MST because we hate floodgates. We hate main deck floodgates, such as Domain of the Monarchs, and any other annoying things. Plus it allows us to clear out potential strikes as well. because obviously this deck, you get striked and that's it, you're done. You got no way to recover from that. So yeah, it allows us to snipe potential strikes. Because people don't set many back row, but when they do, it's probably a strike or a warning. Okay, Chaos Trapper. And then finally onto the traps. We're playing we're playing 3 Solemn Strike. I'll be a bit stupid to play 1 Solemn Strike. Playing Triple Strike for the Triple Ariadne. This card is just really, really good. Some people have been saying this card's been a bit lackluster lately. Strike is just really good, in my opinion. The only thing that it's lackluster against is Monarchs, because obviously they can establish their chains if they got return. But other than that, Strike is just really cool. The one warning, because I don't know why people drop warning. Warning just stops everything. You know, it's the better version of Strike, if you like. And then the one main deck, Chaos Trapple. I was previously siding 2 Chaos Trappoles and just running the 4 traps, but I found myself really sort of needing that extra trap to search more with Ariadne, because I found I'll draw into 1 trap and then only get 1 search off Ariadne when I pop it. And in order to deck thin, you pop Ariadne as many times to get to your counter traps and then just sort of win thanks to your counter traps. That's the way this deck sort of runs now. You get to your counter traps and that's how you win. By playing the defensive offensive, if you know what I mean. But yeah, enough of that. Onto the extra deck. We run 1 Elder Entity Norden, double Dinoster. Only double Dinoster, I think 3 is too much. The 1 Ignista, this actually rarely sees play anymore. Not because it's bad or anything, it's just I don't run any other tuners to go into it, and I don't see Luster that often, and when I do, it's not always the best play to go into an Ignista, but when I do, it's awesome. 1 Titanic Galaxy, this is usually made with double Dinoster, because Dinoster's a lot easier to bring out than Ignista. This card's really good versus Monarch. We've got the 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon for our Odd Eyes Fusion. This card's absolutely amazing. Bouncing an attack position monster and then negating monster effect spells or traps. It's got a 3 chaos and it's a 2/5 beat stick. It's just really, really good. I like it a lot. For the Odd Eyes Fusion targets in the extra deck, we got the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon and a Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Literally, we cannot make these, but they are only there to make the Vortex for free. King of the Throlymps to search out Lizard Draw in those rare instances that you need to. Castell to spin shit away. Giant Hand to negate monster effects. Diamond Direwolf. Essentially, I never really make this much unless I made an instant fusion play going into Nodin to make a free Diamond Direwolf, because I don't want to commit into a Diamond Direwolf. It's good for sniping back row. 1 Digestor Emerald. People say you should really run this and it recycles the Ignista and everything, but to be honest, I don't make it that much, because I see it as Emerald's one of those cards, you use it if you're losing. I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, I'm not exactly the best player in the world, in fact I'm far from it. I make misplays for days, but Emerald's just one of those cards that you use kind of when you're losing or really hoping to top deck into something to get you out of a really bad situation. Emerald's a good card, don't get me wrong, but I think that the whole thing of you have to run Emerald is a little bit misguided. You can just not run Emerald, but it's always there, nice to have. How many times did I say Emerald? Emerald, Emerald, Emerald. We've got the 1 Abyss Dweller to stop BAs and Mermaids and effectively Monarchs in certain situations. Abyss Dweller is pretty good. Sometimes I think about taking out the Augusto Emerald for a 2nd Dweller. Then we've got the 1 Magister. This comes up every now and again. Yeah, that's our extra deck. And moving on to the side deck. Right, my side deck currently consists of double Maxi, double Dank Ho Sekka, or Dank Ho Rekka, double Necrovalley. Necrovalley is so good, and Danko. Danko is absolutely amazing. If you're going against a back row dot deck like BAPK or Cosmo, you drop this first, then you Pendulum Summon to stop all the strikes and Chaos Trappoles and shit like that. Yes, you can't set your own back row, but to be able to go nuts on your first turn, not have to worry about any back row, I think it's, you know, worth it. Necro Valley screws with kind of everything. Screws with Monarch, screws with BA, screws with Cosmo. Raigeki, it's there as a board clearer. I mainly put it in versus Monarch, because obviously Pendulums have a hard time versus Domain Monarchs, which is particularly rife in my particular area, because it's cheap and affordable, and, you know, it's competitive. So Raigeki's there as a board clearer against Monarchs, Domain Monarchs, because Domain is a bitch and it shuts us down, and I just need to get them tribute summon monsters off the field, especially things like Majesty's Fiend, because I have a real trouble with Majesty's Fiend. We've got the double space, we've got one space, double space, that would be illegal. I run the third space literally for things like Monarchs and extra back row decks, because we want to snipe out as many back rows as possible and get rid of that annoying Domain. Then we play double system down for Cosmos. We like to banish big ships because we can't get around them very easily unless we go into Ignister. So yeah, we play the double Magic Deflector. This card is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but there are sometimes I wish this card was something else. Deflector, I don't know, like, maybe it's just my area. Deflector isn't doing a lot. It's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad card, by far. It's worth picking up, but I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence for it at the moment. My side deck constantly changes. This isn't like set in stone what you should run or anything like that. You should run according to your locals or the event you're going to. This is just what I decide, you know, for my local and such. Run Chaos Trap Hole. Want to potentially take it up to 2, so we can decide into, like, you know, more Chaos Trap Holes, and run more Chaos Traps. And then finally, Double Master Restrict, works on Cleafort and Monarchs, and any other deck that likes to tribute summon, but I can't really think of any. System Down also works against Cleafort as well, and Space is also kind of helpful because, you know, floodgate the deck. But yeah, that's my deck, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. This deck is constantly in flux, so you never know. You might see another deck profile sometime soon. It's NeoNexudus signing out. Peace.